Hey guys, welcome to Unbiased Rugby. So as you can see, I'm wearing my new clothes. But what I'm going to talk about at the moment is obviously we've got European Championship. Please excuse the background. I'm still working on creating a location to record my shows. So I'm just going to have to stick with what I've got at the moment. You can see all my lovely caps at the top there. But I'm just going to talk about the European Championship, the weekend's games. Just last weekend, I was going to start last weekend, and I've already started my Super Brew on it, but I just ran out of time, man. So I've decided to start this week. So I'll do predictions and a preview and review of the European Championship. So I've got my Super Brew scores here on the side, and I'll just go through them quickly. So today we've got the Leicester Tigers versus Scarlets. I've put Scarlets by 5. You'll see a lot of my things lean more towards Pro 14 teams as opposed to Premiership teams, and I've always really liked top 14 games, so I'm going to go through that. On the Saturday we've got Gloucester against Exeter Chiefs. I've put Exeter Chiefs by 11. I think they're going to bounce back quite extensively this week against Gloucester, even though I think they are the top 14 champions. Then the next game we've got Munster versus Gloucester. It's quite a difficult one, this one, because I really do like both teams. But when I was selecting my team for the tournament on Super Brew, I chose Munster. And the only reason is because I like CJ Stander, so that's why I chose them. But I put Munster by 4. I think it's going to be quite a tight game. Then the next game of the weekend, we've got Wasps with Bath. Premiership game, so I put Wasps by 8. I think Wasps are going to bounce back, and I think Bath are not in the. I just don't think they're in the same league as Wasps, but stranger things have happened. So Wasps by 8. Then the next one we've got Edinburgh against Toulon. I've put Toulon by 6 to win this weekend. Yeah, that's all I've done for that. The next game we've got Racing 92 versus Ulster. This might be the biggest one that I've got for the weekend. I've actually put Ulster by 14, so I think it's going to be a pretty high scoring game. So let's see. Let's just see how it goes. The next one I've got Saracens versus Lyon. I've put Saracens by 8. I think Saracens are probably, if not the best, one of the best, or if not the best Premiership team. So even though they've got quite a few injuries, I'll still put Saracens to win that game. Then on the Sunday we've got the Newcastle Falcons versus Montpellier. I've put Montpellier by 5. Not for any other reason is that my favourite ex-Bulls player is Jan Serfontein, and he plays for Montpellier, and I think Bismarck also plays for Montpellier. You'll see I choose a lot of teams with South African players in. The next one we've got Cardiff Blues against Glasgow Warriors. And I've put Cardiff by 2. I think let's just see how that pans out. Then the last one of the weekend, we've got Toulouse versus Leinster. Let's see. Now, last week I think Leinster won by 49 points. I think that was the point difference. They absolutely demolished Wasps. But I put Leinster by 15. I think they might. Some days you just have the perfect game, and that was their day to have the perfect game. But I'd still think Leinster's the team to watch for this European Championship, and if everything's in there for them to take the title again, and they've also got one of my favourite players, which is Tadhg Furlong. I rate him in the same kind of league as Brodie Retallick, Malcolm Marx. He's that kind of player. Like if I was choosing a world class 15, he'd be my tight head prop, my starting tight head prop, without a doubt, bar none. The other one, what I try to look at is I try to look at players, and I think if there was a world 15, who would be in that team regardless. Obviously without injuries and stuff, and Tadhg Furlong would be my tight head prop. On current form, I'd still take Malcolm Marx at 2, and it's I have to have Brodie Retallick at 4. For me, he's the best player in the world, but Tadhg Furlong is right there. When he did that pass the other day, it's just so everyone, you don't notice all the other moves up and to that point, but for a prop forward to hold both balls and with the ball in both hands, and then do a dummy. And it just reminded me of Brodie Retallick's try when he did the dummy. So yeah, still my favorite team. So I think that's all of them. I think that might be a cracking game to watch. I think the game of the weekend might be Munster versus Gloucester. I think both teams are. I think they play different kind of styles, but I think both teams are on the up, and I think they might be quite evenly matched. And that's my European Championship predictions for the weekend. Let's see. I don't get to watch all the games, so most of them will just be the scores when it's finished. But I think this weekend we've got mostly French teams on our television. You know, every weekend we only have 4 games, I think. And this weekend we don't have. I don't think we have any of the Irish teams playing, so it's going to be difficult to watch. Then, on even better news, we've got the semi-finals of the Currie Cup this weekend. And I'm not supporting any team in general. Yeah, there's no team I'm supporting over any others. Even though Western Province or the Stormers, or it's Western Province, haven't lost a game this entire Currie Cup, and they won every single game. And they beat the Bulls last weekend 37-7 in half a game. It was only one half because the other half was there was thunder and lightning, and they had to stop the game. I still say the Bulls are going to win tomorrow, and I've put on my Super Brew Bulls to win by 7. Stranger things have happened. We beat New Zealand in New Zealand, so yes, Bulls by 7, and that's my unbiased opinion. And then the next game is the Sharks versus the Lions. Even though the Lions have got some of their Springbok players back, like Warren Whiteley and Afia Dewanti, they didn't get back Malcolm Marx and Franco Mostert. So I think the Sharks pack is going to absolutely demolish the Lions because they just don't have that same kind of beefiness up front as the Sharks, and the Sharks play that kind of hard rugby. So yeah, those are my predictions for the weekend. But listen, guys, have a great weekend of rugby. Chat soon. Cheers. Bye.